Hi and welcome to my channel. So over the last few months, there's been a lot of speculation regarding who can bring dependents to the UK and who cannot. Now we've got the official updates from the UK government. So the immigration minister has announced and confirmed indeed who can or can't bring dependents to the UK from 2024. Not only that, there are also people that can bring their dependents and have also given the exact terms and conditions under which they can or can't bring their dependents. So you want to make sure that whether you're in the UK right now or you're out of this country, you want to watch this video till the very end so that you get all of the updates, because this is crucial information to help with your decision making. So if you're new to my channel, obviously you're welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, as usual, appreciate your time. And I do hope that you're finding these videos helpful. As usual, I've always spoken about implementation. I always say to people, when the rules are there, you need to take action now. But obviously, there are some people that are always waiting tomorrow. This is not good news, by the way. This is very, very bad news. And I think I have seen immigration laws and rules change over the years, my 13 years in the UK, but there's never been anything bad as what we have currently. But it is because of the state of the country and the concerns that the people have apparently and that the government has. So if you haven't joined this family, take this opportunity now to hit the subscribe button so that you're the first person to be notified every single day when I drop a new video on here. And over the next few hours, I'm going to drop videos on this channel about all the changes, explaining each change detailedly. So do keep an eye on the channel today, because like I said, I'm going to drop one video each on each of these aspects because they each deserve their own detail. Also, I do have a free newsletter. I've dropped a link in the comment section below where I share information such as this directly to your inbox so you don't miss out. I also share information about free visa sponsorship opportunities to move to the UK, as well as switch your visa if you're already in the UK. And let me tell you, over the next few months, it is going to be even crucial applying for those visa sponsorship jobs. The competition is going to be tougher than ever before. You know, if you think it's been difficult to get visa sponsorship, it's going to get a lot messier going forward with these changes that the government has made. So you want to join that newsletter, you drop your name and email. It won't take you 20 seconds and I send that info directly to your inbox. Also, you're going to find my contact details on there. There's my WhatsApp number. There's also my email address, so that if there's any concerns, you're watching, so you're thinking, Mel, this is terrible news, I'm thinking about XYZ, I'm in the UK, this is my situation, I'm out of the UK, this is what's going on, I'm a student, what do you think is going to happen? Then do get in contact with me, obviously, if it's something private. Otherwise, leave the comments in the comment section below. What do you think about these new immigration laws and rules and policies that the UK has implemented? So these have all been confirmed by the UK government, and I'm going to tell you also when they're going to be effective. So what is the first thing regarding the dependent visa? They have confirmed that healthcare workers will not be able to bring any dependents whatsoever to the UK. Initially, we were speculating whether they were going to have a reduction in the number of dependents. We were all wondering, who would they be able to bring? Who can they not bring? The government has confirmed that healthcare workers will not be able to bring dependents to the UK. And obviously, I'm going to tell you when this is going to be effective from and who can indeed bring dependents, because there's a group of people that can bring dependence. And this leads me to talk about one thing that I always talk about on this channel: career progression. I have always said that it is crucial to progress in your career because you can earn more money. The government has said that the only people that will be able to bring dependents are people who are high earners, which means if you come to the UK, for example, as a carer or a nurse, if you don't progress in your career, you will not be able to bring dependents. And this is something that I always, if you watch my videos, I go on about this. And by the way, if you're watching this and you're wondering who I am, my name is Melvis. I work as an advanced nurse practitioner for the NHS here in England. So I started my journey as a carer in a nursing home. That's what I'm passionate about. These pathways, these changes, these career progression opportunities. I then studied nursing as an international student. You know, I've gone on to do 2 apprenticeships and I work in the most senior clinical nursing position. And so I empathize with colleagues that are coming now, people that are in the UK that are going to be affected by these laws. And I know that it is a terrible thing, but these are the rules, these are the laws that we have to abide by. We may not agree with the rules, but we've got no choice because all we need to do is follow what the rules are. So I've got a private career coaching program where I offer personalized one-to-one tailored support to get free visa sponsorship opportunities to move to the UK, which is something that's even crucial at this point in time with these immigration laws and rules, because you need to make sure that you get a job before these are all implemented. If you can't, then you're going to be affected by these new laws, because obviously I'm going to tell you when they're going to get started. So if you check the description box below, or the About Social Media YouTube channel, you're going to find a link to join my coaching program. When you join, I'm going to support you with what are the best visa sponsorship jobs to apply for. And let me tell you, there are jobs that, for example, will be exempted from this, which means that if you apply for those jobs, you will be able to bring your dependents. So it is crucial right now that if you're wanting to move to the UK, you need to know which job falls under the restrictions, which job can you apply for to enable you bring your family, which job does not enable you, because all the jobs are different. And this is why I always stress on this channel that you need to understand the jobs that you're applying for. You need to go through thoroughly in order for you to have that understanding. It's even more crucial now. So if you're part of my private coaching program, our live session is on Thursday this week. We start at 8:30 p.m. UK time. We're going to dedicate that live session to talking about these changes. What are the jobs that you should focus on right now in the UK? What are the jobs to avoid that will not let you bring your family? Because if you've got kids, you need to think about how do you come to the UK on a permanent visa and leave your kids back home without having the way to bring them. It's not going to be possible for some people. So again, that live session is going to focus on which jobs to focus on if you've got kids. How do you apply for those jobs, and absolutely what it is that they need. And that is crucial because all jobs, as you know, are not the same. So do attend that live session this Thursday. If you've been a member of my coaching program and you've never attended one session, this is the one session that you should attend this Thursday, because look, it is crucial, it is urgent, it needs action. Even me, I'm kind of thinking I need to up my game regarding supporting everybody who is in the program who needs visa sponsorship, so that nobody in my program is caught up with these laws and these changes, because it is an absolute mess right now. So if you're keen on joining that program, obviously, like I've said, get in contact with me. My contacts are on the newsletter. Check out the description box below or the About Social Media channel, and you're going to see, I offer support with carer jobs, nursing jobs, midwifery. There's nanny jobs, there's teaching jobs as well as other sorts of UK visas that offer permanent residency and permanent, work visas in the UK. And so, like I say, I need to up my game because I feel like everybody that is in the program now should get a job ASAP and move before these laws are implemented. So that's what they've said. So who are those that can bring dependents? That's what we need to talk about now. And by the way, do share this video with your friends, colleagues, loved ones, so they're aware of these changes, because like I've said, they're very, very life-changing changes. And this is, by the way, effective for everybody. So it doesn't matter obviously where you are at the moment. It's about the start date of when they are going to begin. So everybody's going to be affected by these changes. But there is a group of people, obviously, that can bring dependence to the UK. So who are these people? Apart from the other jobs, like we were saying, we're going to be talking about the terms and conditions, T's and C's. So for you to be able to bring your dependents to the UK, you must be earning at least £38,700, which means even if you have a British passport in the UK and you're in the UK right now already, if you have to bring your dependents from, say, Africa or Asia, from a non-EU country, if you don't earn a basic salary of £38,700, you will not be able to bring any dependent to the UK. And when I was reading the government documents, it said that they don't want people who are not able to maintain their dependents bringing people to the UK. And that, by the way, if you're not able to maintain people, you should not be bringing them to the UK. And this leads me beautifully to what I go on about career progression. Since the announcement of this law, I've spoken to quite a few people in my coaching program, and they are all, and other people who are not in the program as well, all rushing. And I've said to them, they're like, hey, Melvis, we're very stressed out. What do you think about these changes? And I've said, you need a senior position. You need a senior job to be able to bring your dependents. That's what's going to happen, which means if you're a nurse, for example, and you don't progress to, say, band 6, band 7 senior jobs, you will not be able to bring your dependents to the UK. If you come in as a carer and you remain as a carer and you don't progress in your career, you will not be able to bring your dependents even if you become a British citizen. That's what the law says, because even people that are in the UK have nothing to do with healthcare. You will not be able to bring any dependents to the UK if you're a British citizen and you're not earning at least 38,700. Before this law, obviously, as of this moment, if you're a UK citizen and you're earning £18,000 per year, that's how much you need in order to bring dependents to the UK. So it's increasing from 18,000 to 38,700. That's almost double the amount. And this is why career progression is the only option that people are going to have to bring dependence, which means people that come to the UK and remain in junior positions will never be able to bring any dependence to the UK. And this is because to have a basic salary of 38,000, when you look at the fact that most of us come to the UK through the healthcare route, because these are the jobs that obviously offer sponsorship, it means that if you stay in the same position, which by the way, most people never progress past the basic, if they're a carer, most people will never progress past carer jobs. If you're a nurse, many people never progress past a band 5 nurse, band 5 position. It's going to be crucial now that you progress further, because if you don't, you will not be able to bring your dependents to the UK. It's very heartbreaking. I'm somebody that I'm a huge advocate when it comes to career progression, but not under these terms and conditions. And these laws, by the way, maybe watching this and you're thinking, Melvis, you're yapping about all of these, but when are they going to get started? Yes, because you've watched this video till now. I'm going to tell you, they're starting from spring of 2024, which means that if you're watching this video, congratulations, you're the first person to find out about this, because you've got a few months. How many months? January, February, March. You've got 3 months, by the way, to get a UK job. If you are watching this video, according to the current rules that the government has just implemented, if you don't get a job within the next 3 months to move to the UK, you will not be able to bring your dependents. And these laws and rules that I've spoken about will be affecting you and your family, which means that anybody who gets a job between now and March of 2024 will be able to bring dependents. Anybody coming to the UK after that time will be affected by the new laws. And even if you're a UK citizen, which means you're now in the UK, for example, you've got a UK passport, if you don't earn at least £38,700 basic salary, you will not be able to bring anybody either. So that's what they have done. So that if you come to the UK, for example, on a health and care worker visa, as a nurse, as a carer, as a doctor, whatever it is, if you stay in the same position, even when you become British, you still cannot bring your dependents. That's what the government has basically said. And there are lots of other laws, like I've said. I'm going to drop videos throughout the day today explaining each of these. There are also other aspects to this. You need the holisticness of all these rules to be able to understand the changes that have been implemented. And there's a bit of time not to play around with, not to mess around with, but also to apply. If you're already in the UK, obviously you're affected by these rules. So you need to make sure that if you don't have a job currently, you're thinking about your dependents, this is the time for you to take action, make hay while the sun shines, because as you know, the government is on a mission to significantly reduce the number of people coming to the UK. And this is because from the data that was published for recruitment, obviously this year, the data obviously confirmed that about 150,000 people came to the UK through the healthcare route, but these people brought in more than double the number of dependents, which means that for every one visa that you give out, that person is going to bring 2 or 3 other people with them. And that's what the government wants to end, so that the people that are coming to do the jobs, those are the people coming. And I know that for people that are younger couples, for example, and all of that, it may not have any impacts, because obviously if you come to the UK, you have your kids here, you're absolutely fine, because but if you've already got kids back home, it's a very big challenge. And what this will also mean is that as a couple, because you cannot bring dependents, both of you will need to apply for jobs, because you may be watching this and you're like, okay, but I've got my wife, I've got my husband, we both want to come to the UK, what can we do? We've got kids. Each person will have to come to the UK on their own, which means you cannot have one visa and then bring in all the dependents. Husband will have to apply for his own jobs. The wife will have to apply for her own jobs, all done separately, because you're now separate individuals and one person cannot come and bring the other. So it is going to be very challenging, because it's crazy, really. But this is something that I'm going to be finding out more information about. Like I've said, during our live session this week on Thursday, we're going to be focusing on all these rules, laws, and policies that the government has changed and implemented, so that we can better understand what it is that we need to do. And I make sure that you're aware of what they are. We'll have just a live Q&A to go through them, so that it's very heartbreaking, obviously very unfortunate rules and laws, but unfortunately really we've got no choice but to respect the immigration policies of the country. And so the next 3 months, I'm personally going to be on a mission to make sure that everybody in my program, like I've always dedicated my time to that, but I feel like now I need to kind of up my game, because if you don't get a job before that spring of 2024, you will not be able to bring dependents. Husband will have to apply for his own visa, wife apply for their own visa, kids will have to come on their own. It's very, very sad. It's been sad enough when you have children over the age of 18 who have to come independently. But it's even worse now when you've got little kids that can't even bring themselves to the UK, because if you've got a 4-year-old, how do they get to the UK? It won't be possible. So again, it is what it is. What do you think about these changes? Do share this video with your friends, loved ones, colleagues. As heartbreaking as it is information that people need to know. It is information that you ought to know. So this is the time for you to get your CV, get that CV review. Think about those companies that offer legit sponsorship. You don't want to come to the UK and not have a job, because that's not going to help you either. You will not be able to bring your dependents either way. So you want to do things the proper way, like I always say. You want to dedicate the time that is needed to look for jobs. And obviously, I'm going to be dropping other videos today about other changes and other aspects, because there are 5 different points that have been implemented by the government. So again, I appreciate your time, and I'm going to see you obviously in that video where I'm going to talk about other changes, and I'm going to link up a video on here with the jobs that I've already advised that will be remaining on the shortage occupation list against 2024, because there's lots of changes regarding that as well. And it is what it is. So again, just check that out. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, by the way, like, are you for real? You want to hit that subscribe button so that you're the first person to be notified when I drop a video on here. Have you got any questions, concerns, queries about any of what we've discussed in today's video? Do leave a comment in the comment section below. But if you're like, Mel, this is all private and personal, do get in contact with me so that I can take you through all of that. But this Thursday during our live session, we're going to dedicate the time and go through these changes, because I'm personally very heartbroken, and career progression obviously is key. That's what we need to work on. Everybody must be progressive. If you don't progress, you wouldn't be able to bring dependence at any point in the UK. So check out this video right here, and I'll see you, in the next video, obviously. See you here.